listen to our beautiful music. Continuation of the program related to the Kaiser Wilhelm, his cover-up of Metz again. Open up your eyes, friends. Open up your eyes on what's going on in reality. Ottoman Turks, young Turks, yeah, right. They were able to do this without help and approval. 7:17 p.m. August 1st, 2019. Levon Olubabian continues his little program about what and why and where. I'm going to lower the sound of music and continue. So here's the article. Here's the article. Here's the name of the article. You see it on the screen. Is of devil Kaiser. So one more time. The Germans told the Ottomans, "We are your friends, are committed to your territorial integrity, do not want a piece of your land, and would like to collaborate." They did not view the Ottoman Empire as a colony, yet they were planning on dominating the country in order to fight more effectively against the British in the Middle East. Well, okay, and even India. All right. Thus they had found a strategic ally here during the reign of Abdullah Hamid and later of the Young Turks. They call it a reign of Young Turks. A reign of Young Turks. Only a handful of Germans, most of them clergymen, had complained in the favor of the Armenians. They were led by Johannes Lepsius, who had penned a book on the Armenian massacres of 1895-1896. When these creatures from planet Mars ask us, where's the evidence? Evidence is eyewitness of distant Europeans, mostly Christian pastors and all that. His writings did gain some popularity among German intellectuals. Some popularity among German intellectuals. German intellectuals. I like that. All right then. Okay. But did not really reach their wider masses. Okay? German intellectuals, wider masses. Oh, shove it. This did not change much in the following decades. The debate in Germany prior to World War I was whether the Ottomans would make a good ally in the wake of the defeat in the Balkans. It was thought that the Ottoman army was in a very bad shape and that Germany would have to send large amounts of money and weapons. So if the Germans had ignored the Ottomans just like the Allied powers had done, would the empire have stayed out of the war? I doubt it. Under the rule of Young Turks, some Ottomans debated remaining neutral or joining forces with France. However, there were close ties between German and Ottoman armies. Enver, we're talking Enver Pasha, the Papacito Enver Pasha, the devil, and other officers argued that Ottomans, they could argue, okay? That's the capacity of a human being. Argued? No, they had a plan. To side with Germans. The Germans changed their minds after their defeat on the French front. They had first invaded Belgium and they were planning on swiftly conquering France, especially Paris. Later, they would pile up all their weapons and ammunition on the Russian front. Yet, when they failed to occupy Paris and they were defeated for the first time, they realized that they would need the Turks. Germans started to put immense pressure on Turks to convince them to join the war on their side. Now, this is very important. Until 1915, the Armenian struggle was centered not on independence, I want everybody to know it, but rather living together with equal rights. That's the bottom line. All my people wanted equal rights. Oh, you wanted too much. Really? Really? Wasn't there agreement prior to the war, which included the Germans among its signatories? Yes, the last agreement was signed with Armenians in 1913. You like it? 1913. The ambassador Wangelheim's first contact with Armenian question. They thought that Armenians, if left to themselves, would become closer to Russians. You thought right. So they decided that the proposal had to be made to the Armenians, and as a result of the agreement, 2 Christian governors from abroad were appointed to 2 provinces. What a noble move to give people equal rights. Guys, think about it. I don't want to sound facetious or nasty. Equal rights to me, to you folks? Do you feel yourself Armenians? Do you? With who? With nomads who came to our land? We begging for equal rights? This is our downfall. That's why we're very peaceful. We're very nice people. We're harmless. We're civilized. We want to talk. The talk doesn't cut it. The talk doesn't cut it. We became a toy in the hands of these monsters, okay? And I'm talking Germans. I'm talking the German military. I'm talking the German governors and German Kaiser. Who's Kaiser? Kaiser is representative of them, of this evil which run the German people. Do I blame German people? No, I can't blame German people. Same way I cannot blame Armenians for being so backward and not standing up for simple things, knowing that extermination is coming. All this talks about equal rights and this and that. Who are we talking to? We're not talking to human beings. We're talking to something else. Okay? As soon as Romans started talking to savages on their border, they lost it. Savages need to be tamed, need to be kept down. Otherwise, they're going to be on the top of you. I'm sorry, it's a true reality of our world. And we're pathetically weak because we're civilized, we're kind, we're merciful, we're forgiving. Folks, we need to wake up from this hibernation. See, on one side, our extreme kindness, extreme desire to do the right thing. On another side, our weakness, which leads us to death. Would you prefer death or reevaluation of our values, getting together and dictating our conditions, which are very simple? Leave us alone. Leave us alone, and we have a right to protect ourselves. No, same rights like you. I don't want to have your rights. Keep your rights, shove it. Keep your rights for yourself. You where you are, we where we are. Likes alike. We deserve to be on our own. You deserve to be on your own. I don't care where you live and what you do, what your thoughts are. I don't want to know you, as a matter of fact. You want to trade? We can do a little trade. But don't tell us how to live our lives. We don't have to beg you for equal rights. We don't. We don't need your permission for equal rights. And it's our weakness, in my view. And this is our weakness when we don't get together, we don't become one. And since we don't become one, we're doomed to failure. Let me continue. That is, they accepted the path of territorial integrity passed through partial autonomy and equality. The idea of equal citizenship had previously started to gain acceptance in the Ottoman Empire. However, this idea became a thing of the past after the Balkan Wars. What does Balkan Wars have to do with us? We don't know who Balkan people are. We don't want to know them. All right, we live on our territory, and all we need some kind of peace. It's not happening, right? The wars of independence in Bulgaria, Romania, and Serbia were waged under the banner of Christianity. It has nothing to do with Christianity. It has to do with simple thing. Freedom. Forget about Christianity. Stop this thing about Christianity. Freedom. We don't want a domination of anybody above us. We don't want domination of Russians, English, French, German, Americans. We want friendship. We want equality in relationship, respect, love, humanity, and movement toward future. However, the Armenian politicians were not only Christian but also revolutionaries and had collaborated with the Young Turks. Remember this. During the declaration of the Second Constitutional Era in 1908. Mistake. They rejected the Committee of Union and Progress (CUP) proposal to fight the Russians together, not because they sided with Russians, but because they were against the war. Yeah, we peaceful. We peaceful. Yeah, we cannot fight for no reason. Just because no one's want to fight. We collaborated with Young Turks. Mistake. Betrayal of our interest in the future. I understand desire for peace, that we cannot trust the scum. They'll bury us. They'll kill all of us if they get a chance. And we all know that. And this is a history, and history tends to repeat itself. Armenians, shame on us. We are very weak. We need to become stronger, and our strength is in unity. 929-217-7440. Armenians, please think about your children, grandchildren, and so forth, so on. I believe that we're weak. I believe that we are not proactive. And talk is cheap. Talk is very cheap. Adios, Armenians. Love you all no matter what.